Hey, welcome along to another episode of Behind the Bar podcast. I'm Ross Thompson, your host. I have coached over 3,500 people, I think, in the last, 13 years. We own 3 gyms across the northeast of England in Sunderland, Durham and Consett. These are all fully coached doing our Barbell Club program, and we also have our global online program, the Barbell Club, where we take complete beginners to photo shoot level results. So on today's show, we have our Sunderland coach, Ben Rowe. Ben is currently training for an Ironman, which when he did like a YouTube video, and I watched the YouTube video and it's like, right, let's get you on, let's talk about the training. And it is truly inspiring that our coaches are going after it, showing our clients what can be done. And on this, Ben talks the ups and downs of the training. I mean, he's only been able to run the last few weeks due to an Achilles problem, and he is worried that he might not be able to complete it, but I think with pure grit and determination, the man will do it. So this is Ben giving his full insight into the training. This is the first time he's ever done this as well. It's not normally his discipline. And yeah, he's a cracking, absolute cracking lad, cracking coach. So watch all the way through, take some insights, take some inspirations from him, and yeah, get after it. Links below is going to be, I'll put one to actually Ben's training video and to see all of the crazy results, what we've had in the past. My Instagram will be down below, the Barbell's Instagram will be down below. Take a look and then just drop us a message and we'll sort you out. But most of all, enjoy the show. Right then, Mr. Ben Rowe, ready?
Well,
right, let's do it. So I had this little bit what I wrote actually before the questions. I know I didn't send this bit over to you. But like, I'm a true believer in of doing everything what I said I would do. Like obviously show the clients and everyone what can be achieved, being a 40-year-old dad of 3, business owner, have a good physique, doing weightlifting times 4 per week without it impacting our life and still actually living. Like I always live by that sword. That's my mantra. I fucking just do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope you agree.
Aye, definitely, yeah.
And I always feel as though like I should be an inspiration as well. So it's like I'm not just fucking do what I say, do not what I do type thing.
Yeah.
So you like obviously me, you and Alex did a photo shoot last year. We all looked pretty good, didn't we? Fucking right. Like you did what you said you would do then. Like just at the weekend, Alex ran an absolute mental half marathon time.
15th out of 5,000 people, maybe.
Was it?
I think it was 15th. Was he 15th or he was close? He was close enough to where it's impressive. Like 120.
Close enough to where it was impressive.
Oh,
it was impressive.
120 marathon, half marathon. Sorry, absolutely mental. Like.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when he's saying the text.
I can't run
doing 10Ks, and then I was like,
yeah,
for a 10K. But
when I done the test, I couldn't even run that fast for 1 kilometre.
But now, obviously, you're an embodiment of like fitness and challenges. And at this point in time, you're training for an Ironman. Like if I was wanting to coach myself, I'd want someone who can prove they're doing what they're doing, like being an inspiration to me. So I'm buzzing for like you, Alex, like for being an inspiration to the clients and the people around you. But before me questions, Misogi.
Is that
how I say it, by the way?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I'm like an expert on it, but I heard about it on a podcast, and I thought it was like a really, really good idea. And it sort of comes from like I think it's like an ancient Japanese tradition. And what they would do is they would basically, I think they would walk to. It was either a lake or a waterfall, and you would like purify yourself, and it basically you would put yourself under the water, and then that was like an act of purification. But then the sort of modern take on that is doing something 1 day a year that's so challenging that it affects every other day in the year. So that's the sort of principle.
Right.
And it's like you've got this 1 day every year that's so influential, but so challenging that it influences all the other days. And I thought, it's 10 years since I started training this year. And I thought I want like a proper challenge. I want something like really, really hard. And then I was like, I'm going to do an Ironman, mate. And then I was like, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. That's fucking stupid. And then I was like, actually, I should probably do that because it's like, it's not like stupid, but it'd be really, really hard. Like I thought it's possible, but it's like, it's just possible.
Yeah.
And it might not be, but that's the sort of whole point. It's like, I'm still very much flipping back and forth between like, I can do this, it's just going to be really hard. And then I'm like, actually, I really don't think I can do this.
Right.
Like I keep very much being like, I don't know if it's physically possible. So that's the whole point, really. It's meant to be really, really hard.
I suppose from our clients, like probably that photo shoot day is probably their like one thing of the year.
Yeah, of course,
for them. Fucking hell, yeah, I've never thought of it like that. How it affects that whole year to be able to get to there as well. But thing is, you could have easily done. You've set a goal there. What's the point in setting goals if it's going to be that you'll hit it easy?
Yeah, of course.
Is that goal big enough?
Yeah. I mean, I like lots of little goals as well. But I think the big one, the reason I want to do that is because it's three things that I don't really do. So swimming, don't do cycling. I'll do a little bit of like riding my bike, but not cycling, if you know what I mean. Just ride my bike sort of out and about. I forgot where I was going there.
Running?
Running. I've been dealing with an Achilles injury for years, so I've not really been able to run much at all. So I've never really had any sort of... I've run bits. I really like running, but I started doing it when I was fighting, and I would just do... Every time I went out, I would just try and do like a 5k PB.
Yeah.
And then I just ended up like hurting myself, and I've been managing that ever since. So it's three things that I'm not great at, but I believe I can do. And then it's putting those all together.
You're still young, man. You're still young enough to
be able to do
stuff
it. Like, aye.
But the thing is,
a lot of old people do like.
Oh, I know.
Which is what makes me think like, well, it can't be that hard. And then I'll do my training. I'm like, no, it definitely is that hard. Like, it's really fucking hard.
I would say the average age of doing an Ironman's like at least mid-30s and above.
Aye.
It's not young people doing it. It is people who are looking for that stupidly big challenge, aren't they?
Do you think it's because you get more miserable when you get older? And you're just like, you're just more miserable and stubborn.
I'm happy when you get older.
Well, you are, but most people don't. I think it's like a stubbornness thing, man. I think you get older and you get more stubborn, and you're just like, I can do that. And then you just won't give up because you're a bit more like, ugh.
I think on that being a scale there where you're thinking, I think it's probably a fulfillment thing. So if you think of a person, let's say me, 40-year-old dad, like say if I wasn't in the fitness industry and I just did have a business type job, whatever, business job, kids, whatever else, and like I didn't have a goal within that, I was settled in things.
Yeah.
So it's setting that majorly big goal, what you can get away from everything else with. Yeah,
definitely. I think like the settlement thing in itself, like, that is the discomfort, because when everything's going all right, it's like, it's a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. Yeah. I think you always need something. I think that's why people struggle to stay retired, especially in sports, is because like they just need some sort of like challenge, some sort of like friction. But a lot of like rich or wealthy people seem to do stuff like that. And I think partly because it's an expensive sport. It's like it's three sports rolled into one, and it's quite expensive, especially cycling. You can spend any amount of money on cycling.
And those are buying a nice bike, won't they?
Aye, 100%. Like, but I think it's because like they've got a lot of things, and they need that challenge for some fulfillment, and they've just got not much. I think going to the gym's great. You can, don't get us wrong, like you can go to the gym and you can train really, really hard. Like I've had leg sessions that I'll remember for the rest of my life type thing. Like it's not saying like going to the gym itself's easy, but like I think people just need something more. Like especially when they've got a lot, they're missing something, and I just think you can't get away from that. Like physical challenge just feels better than anything else. Like achieving something and like working hard and feeling like you're getting fit, like the feeling after like a hard workout just doesn't compare to the feeling of like getting money, being comfortable. All those things are great, but it's not the same. It's like it's in you.
Accomplishment.
It's just within. I think like you just feel mint.
Yeah.
Feel class.
I think it is one of you can only buy so many cars, and they're all do the same thing.
Yeah, of course,
You can only buy a bigger house. What's the point in bigger house?
Yeah.
Bigger house, and it's like it will, and they've probably achieved everything. Say in life, like I mean, we're niching down on a specific person here, but they've already probably achieved everything in life, and then it's like, well, what else can I do? And it's like I need a challenge in my life.
Yeah.
To do it, and you do actually see like 60-plus-year-olds doing these
Yeah,
things.
definitely, yeah.
Fucking crazy bastards.
I think it's good as well because like with the physical side of things, it's something that money can't buy. So it doesn't matter how much money you've got, you can't like buy your way to finishing an Ironman type thing. You can obviously buy coaches and the best bikes and stuff, but you've still got to do the work, and there's no getting around that. And I think that's why it appeals to people. And that's also why it scares people, but it's why it appeals to people, because you can't fake it. Like no one else does it for you. It's nothing to do with money. It's purely you on your own, and it's like if you either achieve it or you don't, and that's where the satisfaction comes from. I think like.
I mean, we will get into the nitty-gritties because it is about the timings. You've got to make a certain time to get into the next parts and that, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm scared of. Like,
I'll wait till I get into the questions with it. But right, let's go. So, you've gone from coaching barbell strength training for an Ironman. What sparked the idea to take on something so completely different?
So it was just what I was saying about the 10 years since I started training, and obviously I've done like a few different things within training, but just exercise in general I started when I was 15. I'm 25 now, and I started like around the summertime ish. I think I started like just before exams, so like that's probably this time of year roughly.
Right, okay.
Not that matters, but anyway, it was 10 years, and I thought like I always like challenges. I've always liked pushing myself, and I love that feeling when you do something. When I've trained with certain people where they've pushed us loads harder than I thought I could have ever went, and then that satisfaction of like, fucking hell, there's more there, like I wonder how much I can do. And I've experienced that a few times, like throughout weight training. Like I say, like I've had leg days where I've just thought like, Jesus Christ, I never ever want to do that again.
Yeah. You had a shoulder day with someone in there.
I did. some big fella. That was fun. Like, I've always had like specific workouts really that I've like really pushed us, and I feel like I've found like a new level to what I'm capable of, and that itself excites us. But the 10 years since I started training, I thought like training's a massive thing for me. It's not just like, oh, I started going to the gym, like it's given us fucking everything. Just like it's taught us loads. It's taught us so many things about life and about how you can endure things, how to be resilient, how like if you actually focus on a lot of things, you can actually achieve them. It's done a lot for us. It sounds a bit cringy, but like it is me life now. It's my career as well. So it's literally quite literally all I do, all I think about, like apart from my girlfriend and my family, is exercise. But I wanted a big challenge. I love a challenge, and I thought with this challenge in particular, I'll have to like shift my whole life around it. It's not just like, oh, I'll do a bit more weights, I'll do a bit more of this, that. Like, I'll have to be like, I'm gonna have to learn to swim. I'm going to have to get a bike, I'm going to have to start cycling, I'm going to have to start running, and I'm going to have to completely change around everything that I do, and it's just a different goal to chase. But I just thought, it's all under the same umbrella of training and wanting to be like some sort of an athlete, and I just thought, that's a mint idea. It's not absolutely stupid, but it's really, really hard, and I couldn't physically do it without focusing 100% of my energy towards it, because it's three pretty much new sports. So I just thought like, that's a mint idea. In my head I like proper romanticized it, and I just thought about like, had like a training montage in my head of like me lifting weights, and then I'm fucking swimming, and then I'm ripping the bike, and I just thought like, this is so cool, I'm gonna do it. But it's been mint. I've like completely built my life around it, and it's been class so far.
Total new focus. It's where you said there about like about fitness is part of your life. Like there's no harm in that. Yes, you're getting a career out of it, but it's like it's health. It's challenging. It keeps you motivated. It keeps you sane. It like I know other people be thinking. Do you know when other people are like, oh, fucking fitness knobhead?
There's loads of people that like. There's people that I know that think it's like dead cringe and that, and it's like fair enough. You're into what you're into, but like it's like you say, it's all encompassing. It's your health, but it's also just a hobby. Like it's sports, but it's like, say the swimming is like, it's sport, it's exercise, but it's its own activity. Like it's a skill that you're learning, so it's not just like, I'm going to do some lengths. It's like I'm learning how to have my hand into the water. I'm learning all these different things, and there's a lot more to it than just like exercise for the sake of exercise. But if it's what you're into, it's what you're into, isn't it? It's just, it just so happens that my hobby is good for me health, which is great.
Yeah,
kind of whinge.
I suppose the people who don't ever understand that kind of thing are the people. I mean, I suppose we don't understand them anymore. Of like their Friday, Saturday is down the club, down the pub, like that. If footy matches, do you know what I mean? Like that is there, but there's no harm in that.
Yeah,
that's the thing. But it's if you look at it from the outside, outside in, it's like, well, actually, everything you're doing. You're doing it for your fucking health. Yeah.
I just think everyone like that have never pushed hard enough to get a buzz out of it yet.
Yeah.
Like they've been at the gym and they've done little bits and they've done this and that, and they're like, it hurts a bit, but like once you get like properly pushed and you get like a proper buzz out of it, that's when I'm like, nah, this is what I'm doing, this is mint. But like you don't get that unless you like really put a lot into it. So if you just wanna, it's the same people who want to train and get results but they don't want to do the work. It's like you're never gonna find the love for it, which is like ultimately what you need to get the results. But you find the love by pushing really hard, and then you think, "Fucking hell, that was mint." That.
Yeah.
And you'll find a lot of people. You'll know yourself, obviously, from coaching people. There's two types of people. Like you'll put someone through a hard session, and one person will go, "That was mint. I want to do that again," and one person will go, "That was so hard. I never want to do that again." And it's the people that are like, I want to do that again. You just know straight away when you push someone hard and they say, I really enjoyed that. You go, yeah, he's got it. Like, he's gonna like stick at it. But I think people like that, they've never done it with enough intention to like find the enjoyment out of it.
I never found the right thing.
Yeah, of course, aye.
Weightlifting Barbell Club, links below.
It's right for everyone.
Most people would say, fuck that. So what's pushing you past those limits?
That exact reason that most people would say fuck that ultimately is like, it's a bit of an ego thing, to be honest. Like I want to be able to say I've done things.
I'd say fuck that. I'm going to say fuck that straight away. Like that, like honestly, that isn't for me, but yeah.
Well, there'll have been times where I would have said the same thing. Like I would have said like cycling's boring. I would have said running, like, I still say it like it. Still say it sometimes, like if your only hobby's running, like is that not a bit boring? But like it's not, because it's not just like you get different things out of it. It's not just running. You're not just thinking like, oh, I'm gonna run, like I'm just gonna run from here to there. Like there's a lot more to it. It's the same with lifting weights. Like you could boil it down to, it's as simple as picking things up and putting them back down. But there's a lot more to it than that. Like, and once you've done it, you do realise. But the fact that most people would say fuck that is like ultimately what I want to do, things that the vast majority of people don't do. So like, so if, once I've sort of got into this space, I'm saying like quite a lot of people's like doing things like this, and it makes me like, oh, I think I need to do something harder. But it's just ultimately because I want to sort of set an example, do things that people don't want to do. I want to do like the challenging things, but I also want to enjoy myself in the meantime, so I don't want to do like stupid challenging things. Like I don't like the cold water stuff. That's challenging, but I just don't want to do that. I don't want to get up and go in an ice bath because it's miserable. Like I just don't want to do it. No, whereas this is a bit more fun. It's still really hard, but it's a bit more fun.
Yeah.
So like I do need a little bit of a balance. I couldn't do something that I hated, like cold water.
Yeah, I'm on the complete same page as you. Whenever I see these people doing the cold water stuff in the
I just think why, but then I know why, because it feels really good and like you get a proper buzz out of it and it wakes you up and you feel class. But I just think like, oh man, get away, like. But it's only really because like they're putting a mirror up to me, aren't they? And I just feel like more of a puff because I know that I'm too scared to do it. Then there's people getting up at 5 a.m. going to ice baths, and I'm like, oh, you're just harder than me ultimately.
Yeah.
And it makes us like uncomfortable, but they're just harder than me. That's all it is.
Yeah, did I tell you when I went to that cold lake thing and I was the only person who didn't jump in? So oh no,
that sounds like me. That like.
Oh, did I tell you about that?
I don't think so. No.
It was last year in Liverpool. I went down for this Paul Moore thing and lake. There was a lake there. Obviously, we did like a load of things during the day, like yoga and like some good mindset stuff and that. And then at the end, everyone was going into the lake. And everyone went down, and I was frustrated about it all day because I hated it anyway. And like everyone would keep buzzing, yeah, I can't wait to do it. And like I went in, got past me nuts as well, so I got past the hard bit.
Oh, so I don't know. That's just one of the hard bits. Like your chest and shoulders is another one. Like I'd go up to like there, and then I'm like, I don't want to get my shoulders in. Oh, it's horrible. Like.
But I got to that point, and I was just getting, nah, fuck that. I says, I didn't care what you think. Even Paul had a gun at us. I was like, nah, didn't care what any of you think. That's it. I'm done. Like
you've got to respect it though. You've got to respect the balls of being like, nah, I'm not doing this in front of everyone.
Oh no.
Because there's sort of like that. It's obviously horrible, but then like you want to get in because everyone else is getting in. You've just got to jump in, you know. Like, you really do. Because then you get like the balls, the chest, the shoulders, everything just at once, and you don't get like that. Like when you put your feet in, you're like, oh, it's really cool, this, and then like you sort of get up your thighs and you're like, oh no, it's the balls next, and then you get the balls and then you're like, oh no, it's the stomach now, and then it'll splash up your stomach a bit. It's just all at once.
You do. I know you've got to get in all at once.
You've just got to jump in, like.
I didn't even know how many people was there, about 150, I think. And everyone got in. But nowadays it was like, I think I hyped it up all day in my head. And then when it came to it,
yeah, it definitely sounds like
even when it came to it, it was like, what am I going to get out of this? Like, I'm going to get cold. I'm going to be pissed off. Like, I get a worse feeling from it. Like, I've done a few cold showers.
Yeah.
Like, but it's only
they
for
just make me angry. Like
30 seconds.
I've got to get angry to get through it. I've just got to be like dead stiff. I can't like relax into it. Like, nah, they're not for me.
No, well, right, that's it, banned for life. That's for everybody. So let's break it down. How's the swim training going? Like, was it something you already had experience with, or has it been a steep learning curve? I know obviously you have hired a coach for that as well. Have you hired getting lessons for that as well?
Yeah, so I've been getting a few lessons, but I also started going to the Sun City, just like the Sunderland triathlon group. They do a swim session on a Thursday night, so I get a little bit of a coaching there as well. But to be honest, the vast majority of it has been just YouTube. I've swam all my life, like on holiday, but never front crawl. Like I couldn't put me. I could swim underwater. Like I could put my head in the water, but I couldn't put my head in the water and breathe to the side and do all of that. I couldn't swim front crawl at all. I went with Alex for my first ever session, and it was the 50-meter pool, and I literally swam like a third of it with my head out the water, like side to side, like no technique whatsoever. And he was just doing it, and I was like, how is he doing that? But like, we were both humble. Like, we're both done 50 meters, and we were like, this is so hard, this. And especially when you've got no technique, it's solid. But basically started from scratch. I knew how to swim a bit, but I'd never done front crawl, and I basically had to watch YouTube videos. I had to like go in like the pensioner lane at the pool and like put my head on the side of the water and then like turn to the side and then put my head in and then like practice like how I'm going to time it with my arms, and then I would try and swim and it just wouldn't work, and I'd end up going back to like head out the water, just splashing from side to side. It has been a steep learning curve because I would do a few lengths. Like, it took us months to be able to do like a couple of consecutive lengths of a 25-meter pool. And I just remember thinking, like, how am I possibly going to swim 3.8 kilometres? I've just swam 100 metres and I feel like I'm going to die. Like, I feel like I've just held my breath.
So 3,800 metres?
Yeah.
And you were struggling to hit 50?
Yeah. Yeah, it took us, I think it probably took us about, probably just shy of a month, I think, to swim one whole 50-metre length and breathing to the side the whole time and not stopping, and because I was like disorientated or panicking. So it took us like probably about a month to learn to do that, and then I was like, oh, I've got it, me, like, and I didn't, because you're basically just like surviving. You're not quite breathing, you're not quite recovering, you're just like quick gasp and then you're back in. It's just panic. Like, I recorded one of the highest heart rates I've ever recorded when I was trying to do an easy swim. I went to this pool and I was like, I'm going to swim as easy and relaxed as I possibly can. And then I got to the end of the length and my heart rate was 197.
Jesus.
So I was just drowning. Like, I was literally just drowning.
Wow. Well, so how far are you swimming now?
I swam 3K yesterday.
Oh, did you?
It was my longest swim ever, yeah. Buzzing with it.
Wow. How long did that take then?
An hour and a half I was in the pool for. My moving time was like an hour and 15.
Yeah.
So pretty decent. It's hard, like, but it's just it's all technique and staying relaxed. I done 2,500 meters last week, and I'm doing it in 100-meter intervals with like a short rest, like just a couple of seconds to catch your breath and then go again, just to let myself recover a little bit. And last week it was like a massive struggle. But then even since then, like, I've changed little tiny things in my technique, like the way when I come in the water, like my fingertips are coming up, so I'm having them go like a little bit more down, and that's changed a lot. And then like feeling like I'm pressing my chest down to the bottom of the pool as well. That's made a big difference. So like within a few sessions, I've had like a mini breakthrough, and then this week's swim was loads easier. It was still hard, but it was a lot easier than last week just because of like little technique changes.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's the thing with swimming, it's all technique. And as soon as you're not streamlined anymore and you're just trying to like use power, because I thought, well, I'm dead strong, so I'll be able to swim all right. Like, and you just work so much harder than you need to. I remember that there was after one, I couldn't lift my arms over my head because my lats were that like pumped.
Yeah.
I'd never felt anything like that in 10 years of lifting weights, and I couldn't lift my arm over my head because my lats had worked that much. It was mental. It probably shouldn't be that way, like, but it's all technique, and it's tough because you can't see yourself, so like, you don't know what you look like in the water. You don't know if your legs are sinking or what. And then when one of the coaches showed me a video of how I was swimming, I was like, Jesus Christ, is that me? It was terrible.
But you didn't know.
That's the thing. You don't know. It's all you've got, like, you feel. So every now and again you're swimming length and you'll be like, oh, I was gliding there, that was good, that. And then some ones you'll just feel like you're literally splashing around. And it's just, it takes a long time, like.
If you think that as well, like, probably the same across to the running disciplines. Like, whenever you learn to swim, how old were you when you learned to swim?
I mean, I've been swimming since I was like pretty young, but front crawl that I'm doing now, I only started that in November.
Yeah, but this is the thing. It's like, let's say you start when you were 5, right?
Yeah.
You've got 20 years worth of that swimming technique.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
In a very short period of time, to be able to
course.
now do like 3.8 kilometers.
Yeah, I know. In open water as well. Like, it's not like it's in a pool where you can like push off the sides and stuff. Like, you've got to think when you're in open water, you look down, you see nothing. Or you see, I was in the sea the other day and everything's just green. Like, you just see green. It's bizarre, like.
I think we should have covered this at the start. So what is Ironman? Like,
all right, so go on. So an Ironman's a triathlon, so it's 3 different sports. It's a race, basically. Mm-hmm. So it's a race across 3 different sports. You swim first, and then you cycle, and then you get off the bike, and you do a run. So
swim, open water, 3.8k.
Yes. So the triathlon, the distance that I'm doing is the Iron distance. So it's like a full distance triathlon. So it's a 3.8 kilometer swim. In my case, it's open water. It's in Kielder, which would be lovely, to be fair. And then it's a 112-mile bike ride, which will be, in my case, it's 2 loops. I go up to Scotland, do a loop in Scotland, come back twice, and then run a marathon.
So you're swimming in Kielder?
Yeah.
And then you're pedalling from Kielder to...
So I think it goes just up the Scottish border. You do a loop in Scotland.
Or so do you have to travel there to do the bike part?
No, so you go from Kielder up to the Scottish border, which I don't actually think is that far. You do a loop there and then come back down. That's 56 miles, and you'll do that twice.
Right.
And then you'll get off the bike and you'll do a marathon.
So it's 56-mile loop twice?
Yeah.
So it's like, what's that, 28? So it's 28 miles north, basically, and 28 miles south.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Jesus. And then a full marathon.
Yeah.
And is that Kielder marathon?
It's 4 laps of a section of Kielder. Okay, which I'm glad about. I don't know what the course is like, but Kielder's rough. Yeah. Like, if you go around Kielder, it's pretty rough. Like, I wouldn't want to run around that. Like,
yeah, walked it.
Fair enough. It's rough. Like, it's rough terrain, but it's lovely though at the same time. So I think like it'll be as much as it'll be horrible, it'll be like dead nice. Like, it'll be loads of like nice scenery and stuff.
It is, yeah.
It's much better than just. Well, I don't know. To be fair, they're all probably half decent. They'll probably put them in nice places, but. It'll be nice. Yeah, it'll be nice.
Apart from, like, was it like the Moab? Is that like the desert one?
Yeah, aye. Moab like 240, yeah. Yeah.
So that's your next challenge. Okay, I need me coach here, please. Bike. How's the bike? Obviously, it's a long time in the bike. What surprised you about this part of the training?
So I've always liked riding a bike, especially in lockdown. Me and my mate would just go all over the place. Places that I thought were really far on a bike, like say we'd go up to Durham, and I thought Durham was miles away, but like now Durham's just somewhere that I'll cross on my way to somewhere else on the bike type thing. But it's different because I'm on a road bike now. But I thought I was dead strong on the bike, and I thought I'm kind of good on the bike, mate. Like I'm gonna piss this. Turns out I'm not. Turns out I'm pretty weak by not like by athletic standards, but like by just normal person. I'm pretty bang average on a bike, if not below average. Especially for the fitness levels and the strength that I thought I would have had coming into it.
You're comparing yourself to athletes there, though.
No,
like,
I'm comparing
myself to normal.
I'm comparing myself to like hobbyist cyclists.
Okay, right, okay. Yeah.
So athletes is a complete. Just a little side note here, like professional cyclists are absolutely mental, like unfathomable.
Professional swimmers.
I know, of course, yeah. But I even just like sort of hobbyist cyclists, I think I'm still pretty weak, but again, it all adds into it, like it all makes it more of a challenge. But I enjoy the cycling. I really enjoy the cycling. But the cycle is the thing that I'm the most scared of because there's cut-off times for each event.
Yeah.
And the cut-off times are like so long after the race starts. And I think going off all the cycles that I've done so far and going off the elevation I've done and the distances and that, I think I'm going to like really struggle to make the cut-off for the bike. So I'm like trying to get as strong as I possibly can on the bike.
And what happens if the cut-off's there? So what's the cut-off time on the swim? Is the cut-off time on the swim?
Yeah, so it's 2 hours 20 after the race starts, which is like pretty lenient. Like,
right.
If you're a good swimmer, you'll get out the water like within an hour.
Right.
So that seems pretty lenient. I'm probably aiming to do it in like an hour and a half, maybe. Ish. Obviously, I'd like to do it as quick as I can, so I've got more time on the bike. But
so it carries over the time.
Yeah, so each cut-off is from the race start. So then the bike cuts off 10 and a half hours after the race starts, not like after you get out the swim.
Okay.
So basically, the quicker you are out the water, the more time you've got on the bike.
Brilliant.
And then obviously the more time you've got to do the run. But the bike's 10 and a half hours after the race starts. If I get out in an hour and a half, which is already a bit ambitious, and then I've got to get changed and get on the bike, give myself a bit of time for that. I've probably got like 8.5 hours on the bike, maybe. And I think that's going to be like a proper push, to be honest, from what I've done so far. I haven't rode the course yet, but when I'm looking at the elevation I've got to do, and I'm looking at the elevation on my rides, I'm looking at them and I'm thinking like, this is going to be really hard, this. Like really hard. So I think I'm going to struggle. But I think if I do make that cut off, then nothing will stop us doing the marathon, unless I get a serious injury. Right. But I just think if I do the swim, which I'm actually pretty confident about now, believe it or not, and then I make the cut off, I just think like it's going to be horrendous, but I know I'll do it because I'll have 7 hours to do the run, which it's not like I'll do it in 7 hours. Like I'll have to.
You have to. I mean, how's the running now? Running after lifting, that's like a big shift. Like, how's your body responding to it? I know obviously it's the Achilles, isn't it?
So I've done 2 runs. So far, just 2.
Okay.
So I got a coach at the very start of the year. I decided I was going to do it in November. I got a coach at the very start of the year to help us rehab my Achilles. So I've been working on that. Obviously, what I've had in my head is if I'm doing all the cycling's going to carry over to the running quite well. So I do like all my hard work cycling, and then once my Achilles is fine, then I'll just do all my runs dead steady just to like build a bit of conditioning, and then I thought like I know it's gonna be minging, and it's gonna be really hard. Like either way, really. So I've just thought I'll rehab the Achilles. I thought I'll be fine, and then once that's all sorted, then I'll start running. I'll just do loads of steady runs, and then it's gonna be minging anyway. But I'll be able to get through it with like a little bit of run training. So I've just started running again now with 8 weeks to go, which is obviously great. But I've run like longish distances before without any like real training, just off being fit from sort of kickboxing and that sort of thing. So I know I can do it. It's obviously going to be really hard. I'm not like underestimating. I know it's going to be
Especially
absolutely.
after them too.
It's going to be absolutely disgusting, but I just think I can get through it. If I make the cut off, I've got enough time. Like if I've got to walk, if I've got to do like forward rolls, whatever. Like I think I'll get across the finish line. Like as long as I make that cut off on the bike.
Yeah. So what's the total time for everything?
It's 7.5 hours is like the cut off.
The cut off 7.5 hours. Okay.
But I think I'll do it in a few hours less. I hope.
It's 2 shifts.
It's 2 shifts. Like wait, it's like 5 shifts here.
Yeah. Jesus, that's I'm pleased I'm not doing it. As a coach, you used to guiding others like through tough stuff. Like, what have you learned about yourself in this process?
Well, it's not quite the same, but the biggest thing I've learned is about sort of like training phases and listening to your body, which I know like everyone says that, but like it's hard to know the difference between just am I sore or am I like overtrained? Am I like actually fatigued? Do I need to recover or am I just being lazy? Do you know what I mean? So like some days I wake up, I'll be like, I feel terrible today. But like yesterday, I had a terrible sleep yesterday. I felt pretty rough. And I was like, I've got a long swim and I've got bike intervals and I'm like, do I like, it's that sort of challenge, the like dance between, this is the work that I've got to do. I've got this event looming over my head that I'm probably going to really, really struggle just to complete. It's like, do I want to rest or do I want to just do the session? Because it's like, you feel like you're wasting time if you're not. And it's like, it's getting closer and closer. And it's like, I need to be doing work. Like I had a deload week last week and that was really hard. That like mentally to just not really do much training. But I felt mint after.
Did you manage to actually do the deload?
But like it is
hard to do.
Really, really hard because you've got this thing and it's like, and it's getting closer and it's getting closer when you think like, I'm already underprepared. Like, I'm going to go in underprepared. I know this, or at least I think this, definitely for the run at least. And it's like, it's the balance between, do I need a rest? Am I being lazy? All of these things. So I've learned about trusting my body, and I've also learned like, if you want to push hard for 2-3 weeks, you probably need a recovery week, because you can't just keep adding volume and adding intensity and doing all these things and expect your body to just cope with it. Like it just doesn't. And as I found out last week when I'd done the deload, like I actually did need it because I was still sore 6 days in, without doing really any exercise. I'd done 2 bike rides, but they were like zone 1, like dead easy. And I was still sore like 5-6 days later. And that's when I was like, yeah, I definitely needed a break. Stuff like picking the weights up. I'd pick up the 20 kilo like off the rack to sort someone's weights and it feel heavy. Like when I was moving the dumbbells, I'd feel like my grip was weak. And I thought like, oh, well, I just haven't really trained my upper body very much, so I'm getting weak. Turns out I wasn't. I just really, really needed a rest because I had so much fatigue. That's probably been the biggest thing that I've learned. Is like, sometimes you're not being lazy, sometimes you actually do need to take a break and let yourself recover, because you need to be able to recover from the training that you're doing. And especially when you're trying to do a lot, and you can't get away from the fact that it's a lot of volume because you've got to cover so much distance. You can't just do like an hour on the bike here, an hour on the bike there, do a couple of lengths in the pool. Like, it's just a lot for your body. Like,
it's not like doing like a 5k, is it?
Yeah, which the thing is as well, like a 5k is still like when my first run, like years ago, I done 4k. It took about 45 minutes, and I had about a 15-minute break halfway through.
Right.
It was absolutely horrendous. So like even a 5k, it's just all perspective. But even a 5k for some people is like so hard. Yeah. Like insanely hard. My first one, I think I would have had a heart attack if I had to run like the whole 5k in a one. It was absolutely horrendous. But it's all just relative, really. Like it's all where you're at. But yeah, when you're doing like, when you're gonna have that much time on your feet, you can't get away, you can't get around volume, and then obviously still got to work. You've still got to work. You've still got to work on top. It's like that is your job. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It would be sound if it was like. No, it would. I need you. So, what does like a typical week of training look like right now? And how are you balancing it all with work and life? Well, obviously, thankfully, I've got quite a bit of freedom with the career that I've got. I only work a couple of hours in the morning, a couple of hours at night, so that leaves us like a massive gap in the middle of the day. to do what I want, so I can get away with training twice on most days. So at the minute, normally what I'll do is until last week I was swimming swimming like near enough every day, like 6 or 7 times a week within 6 days, so that there'd be some days where I'd swim twice in the same day. Because my thing was like, I just get in the pool, practice my technique as much as I can, and it'll hopefully pay off. So I'd go straight from work to the pool, swim like maybe just half an hour.
Yeah.
Wouldn't do too much because I found myself, I was forcing myself. And I was like, I'm going to swim for an hour, and then my technique would just go out the window, and there was basically no point in us being there. If I'm practicing bad technique, it's all about technique, so I'm basically just wasting my time. I'm working against myself if I'm going there and I'm practicing bad technique, because I'm making myself less efficient, and I'm wasting time. And it's also a lot more work. Like when you start swimming with bad technique, like you're working really hard. So I'm giving myself things to recover from that I'd probably do without. So I'd do probably 3 cycles a week, swim near enough every day. I'd probably get between like 8 to 10 hours on the bike. I'm now getting a couple of runs in, so I'd probably get 2 sort of 45, 50-minute runs in a week. But I'll be obviously ramping that up. I just need to ramp that up carefully to not flare my Achilles up. So it's a bit annoying because I feel like I can go out and I can run for 2 hours without stopping, but I don't want to run too fast or for too long, because if I have a flare up now, it's going to fuck with my mind more than anything.
And it's going to affect all the other events.
Yeah. So I just need to keep that fine. So yeah, probably 3 or 4 cycles a week, 5 or 6 swims a week, 2 runs, and then weights. But then I'll probably do 2 weight sessions. I'm also trying to rehab my Achilles, so I'm trying to do as much stuff as I can for that, which is obviously a bit of a challenge as well. And then I've also got a girlfriend, which I'll normally, every other weekend, I'll spend the whole weekend at hers. So, and I feel terrible for this, but sometimes I go around hers and I'm like, I've got to run today and then I've got to cycle tomorrow. Like I've got like a 5-hour cycle on me plan.
Are you starting early in the morning though, like
so
to get it out of the way?
There's been a couple of ones where she came with us on one of them. She took her dad's, like, and she's hard as nails, by the way. Like she could probably do this with no training if she had enough time.
Right.
Like she's honestly hard as nails. But she took her dad's like electric mountain bike out, and she took me on like a massive, like we did like about 90k on the bikes around like sort of near the lakes. And it was lovely. She knows like all the roads around there, so it's really good that I can do stuff like that with her. Like I can run with her. She's on about getting a wetsuit as well, so we'll be going swimming together. So I'm like massively fortunate there, because I've had relationships like in the past where that just would have never happened.
Yeah.
Like we weren't aligned in that way at all. So that's a massive cheat code. Like if you're trying to get into like 3 sports that your girlfriend would like to do with you, that's like a massive big thing. But obviously managing work, it's not too bad with work because of the way that I work the shifts. That's okay. If I worked a normal full-time job, I don't know how people would do that. I don't know how you'd physically fit that in and also have like a functioning relationship and family life, especially if you're a parent. I really don't understand how people do that. I've just got a lot of time, but it is really tough, and I've felt it like psychologically, and I'm sure Rachel, my girlfriend, felt it as well. It probably felt like a bit, like, don't want to say neglected, but like she probably has felt a bit like, oh, it's all he cares about. But it's like, I'm glad that she understands that, like, how much of a thing training is for me, because it is for her as well. But it's like, it's my whole life. Like it's not all I want to do, but I could never not train now.
Yeah.
It's going to always be a big part of my life, but it's also like, I like a challenge and I like to be working towards something, and I'm a better person when I'm working towards something, and I'm doing all these things. It's like what makes me feel fulfilled. It just so happens that what I'm doing takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
Basically. So it is difficult, and I've like really felt the burnout quite a few times, but it's just learning how to manage it all, how not to train yourself into the ground. And then when I say Rachel, I'm not miserable. But I also don't want to be the other way, so I don't want to be like, I haven't done anything this week, and then now I'm spending my weekend with Rachel, and all I'm thinking about is like, I need to train because I'm like ADHD, like I need to like burn off some energy, like, so I don't want to be on that end, but I don't want to be like also so knackered that just like, do you want to go for a walk? And I'm like, no, my legs are hurting.
Yeah.
So like it's I try to do everything I can outside of me time with her, so that when I'm with her, I can actually relax, and I need the rest as well. So it's like if I have a weekend off training, I need it.
Yeah.
And it's not working against us, it's actually helping us. That's what I'm trying to like balance at the minute. But we're nearly there.
And the thing is, though, with that, like, you can go out for any amount of meals because you need the calories.
Oh, yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, but that's again, it's like that she's sick because I'm like proper feeding her up loads. Like,
Yeah.
she, like I love cooking. Like, I really do love cooking. I love making nice meals, and I love cooking for her and stuff. But like, I eat a lot of food.
You
Like,
can eat a lot of food.
I do honestly eat like tons of food. Like, I'm probably eating well over 4,000 calories. It changes day to day because I'll fuel on my bike rides as I'm going, so that plays into it. But just general appetite wise, like, I'm starving all the time. Like, I can put away some food. To put it into perspective, like, I got a pasta from Takeaway near mine the other week, and I had the full pasta and a 12-inch pizza.
Yeah.
And my dad got a pasta and he couldn't even finish the portion of pasta. And I'm only little, I weigh 20 kilo less than him.
Yeah.
So 15, 20 kilo less than him.
But like, I was talking to you the other day, and like, it's a chore though. Like, is it a chore?
Not at the minute because I'm hungry. But
Right.
when I've been trying to build muscle, that's a chore. Like I've been at the point where I've got to have a mouthful of food, and then I've got to have a sip of water to get it down, and then I'll have a mouthful of food, then a sip of water to get it down. That's like a chore because you're eating beyond. The whole point really is you're eating beyond your hunger.
Yeah.
And it's the same when you're dieting down. There's also a point where your hunger's telling you this, and you're always eating within that. You're never eating to fullness. You're always eating just shy, and it's just like chronic hunger over time. But that is one of the hardest things. Like trying to not right now because I'm just starving all the time.
Yeah.
But trying to build muscle, especially when it's probably the same for everyone at some point. But you're eating all that food and you're just not hungry. Your body doesn't want more food, and you're just trying to shove more in. That's a proper chore, like. But I'm loving the food at the minute. I'm loving this because I can eat literally what I want. Like, I can eat so much food and not even feel like bad for it.
This doesn't mean everybody go out and eat food. Like Ben's training, you just said, like, the 100 hours a fucking week.
If you're training 4 hours a day, like, you probably get away with it. But
yeah,
there's people say it was like, oh, like, how do you eat so much food? And do you know how much time I'm on my feet? Like, someone will say, like, oh, you eat, like, I'll be like eating in work or something, and somebody like, well, I don't know where you put all that. And I'm training for 4 hours today. Like, I'm probably still going to be starving.
this is the only time you can out train a diet.
Aye,
you
actually can, like, you still get some fat out of shape triathletes, like.
Yeah.
You probably do get that thing where you think you can eat whatever you want because you train all these hours, and then you slowly start training less and less and less, and you think, no, I need all this food. Me, I'm a triathlete. Me, I need all this food. And then you end up like, oh, I've got a belly now. Like,
Yeah.
I thought I was nothing.
With Coach Steve, do you know what I mean? Like, he's done 100-mile races or whatever else.
Machine Steve, like.
But he's done, like, same for him. He's
done a few Ironmans in that, like.
Yeah. And it's for him, it's like, he has thought the overconsumption, like, to help fuel it all, but, like, the calorie balance hasn't been there.
Yeah.
And, like, he always said he wanted to obviously look like he does what he does, because
of course.
You would think, he's fucking can do that.
If you think of an ultra marathon, you think like dead skinny.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think of like a muscular bloke, 6'5" or something. He's
6'5".
He's big. Like, I don't know what you've never asked him how big he is, but he is large. Like,
kilos, do you know what I mean? He's a big lad,
strong as fuck as well.
He is.
He's a machine, like.
But he's got it nailed, like, and he's doing incredible things as well. Oh, fucking hell, he's like the cardio queens out here.
I know, we are like the endurance unit.
Where we at?
We should just get rid of the machines and we need some more treadmills, like.
What they call fucking air bikes.
Loads of assault bikes. Class, man.
I imagine. I imagine there's been some obviously low points. Like, what's been the hardest moment in your training so far for this little venture of yours?
So there's probably like two things that jump out, and to be honest, it's actually been pretty smooth sailing, really. Like, haven't had any injuries or anything that's like held us back, apart from the Achilles. So when I've had, and it's a normal part of rehab, but when I've had flare-ups with my Achilles, and I've literally been like, fucking hell, like, why? Like, you know, when you get in that, like, in that mindset when you're like, why me? Like, why do I have all this bad luck? And you start driving past people running and going like, how do they deserve to run and I don't? Like, why is their Achilles all right? Like, you get in that mindset. But I've had flare-ups with that where I just think like, it's stupid this. Like, this is absolutely stupid. Like, I've got the worst luck. Why is this happening to me? And you just start like, you just get in that terrible mindset, but you know yourself, like, you just have to, you either suck it up or you're just doomed to think that way forever. And if you're doomed to think that way forever, then you get absolutely nowhere. So you've just got to be like, right, well, I just need to get back to work. But and the other ones are like, it's just the burnout of like the trying to manage like myself as like self-employed coach, so trying to manage my own clients and program and just schedule wise, feeling like I'm constantly, as soon as I sit down, I'm like, I've got to eat my breakfast within 10 minutes because then I've got to leave straight away to PT someone. Like those sorts of feelings, and then my room's a mess and I'm like, I need to tidy my room, but I can't because I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this. And then like everything gets on top, and then you just literally like, I've been at a point where I just think like, this is fucking stupid. I just want to give everything up and just fucking move away to like, just move away to the mountains and just like, not speak to anyone, like just get like really, really burnt out and like really. And the thing is, when you get like that, nothing works. Like nothing works the way it should. Like your training feels shit, your coaching shit, you're miserable. You're not nice to be around. Everything's just like it's hard to balance all that and all the stress. And then you also feel like you get nothing out of the training because you're just stressed all the time. You never feel like you recover. But that's the biggest thing. And obviously, apart from the Achilles, just the burnout, like the psychological, just so much going on, and having like, I say I've got such a busy schedule, but I don't. It's just the way that I work. Is I'll be here, and then I'll go home, and then I'll come back here, and then I'll go home, and then I'll come back here, and like it's not that many hours, but I feel like I'm just constantly doing something.
Yeah.
And obviously but it's self-inflicted because I've chose to train 4 hours a day and do this like stupid event. So like, I can't really whinge. I feel bad like if I have like a bit of a whinge to Rachel. She's very much like just not in a dick way, but being in a way of like exactly what you need to hear when you least want to hear it. It being like just telling you what you need to hear basically. Yeah. She's like, well, she hasn't said like it's your fault, you're stupid, but like it is my fault. Yeah. And she'll just say like, well, you need to sort this out, and not be like, oh, I feel so bad for you, being like, well, why don't you sort this out? You said you need to do this. This will make things easier. Why don't you do this? And I'm just like, yeah. Because you just get caught up in that mindset of like, what I was saying before, why me? Like, everything happens to me. Like, and then someone comes along and just says, actually, why don't you just fucking sort your head out? Like, why don't you just get a grip? Like, oh, why can I not lose weight? Why can I not do this? And you're like, well, have you tried? And they're like, yeah, well, I've tried this. And you go, how long did you try this for? And they go, to like a week. Like, actually, you just, if you don't have someone to just tell you, like, get a grip, roll up. Like, sometimes you just stay in that forever. Yeah. But like, I'm glad that I recognise it myself, but sometimes I fall into it, and then Rachel's very much just like, sort yourself out. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of like I've just wrote a post actually. What's going in the group this afternoon? It's like what stuff focusing on what you can't do. Yeah, of course, and that's it. And if you can's fucking something, then do it. Yeah, I think a lot of time you convince yourself that you almost convince yourself that when you say focus on the things you can do and not the things you can't do, you fool yourself into thinking that there's things you can't do, but you can. So you'll be like, oh, I just can't lose weight. For me, it's like, I just can't run, I just can't get my Achilles right. And it's like, well, actually you can. You just need to do all these little steps. Like, you just need to keep doing like your isometrics, keep doing your calf raises, keep doing all these things. And it's like, actually I can. I've just got a bit lazy. Yeah. You just don't want to admit it. Really. It's the same with losing weight. It's like, actually I probably can just eat less. I probably can actually just go to the gym. I probably can do this activity. I've just got a little bit lazy. And now everything's got on top of us, and I'm thinking that I'm a victim and all these things, when realistically you just need to be like, no fuckers a victim. Get your head on, like. Nobody's a victim, especially when it comes to weight loss. Like, it's just going to take longer than you thought. That's it. And you fucking turns out you've actually tried. Yeah. One of my favourite quotes I heard in the podcast was, "If you tried trying." If you try, say again. Have you tried trying? Like, so, I've like, I really want to lose weight. This and that. Have you tried actually trying? Like, if you actually tried to exercise, if you actually like cut your calories for a significant period of time, like if you actually try, like maybe work hard, I can't build muscle if you actually really trained hard, or if you just like went through the motions. It's like, I think.
Well, I could revert that back to my calves.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about calves.
No. See, we'll come straight back to you, but it's one of them things where it's like, okay, right, if I want bigger calves, I'm going to have to train them 3 times a week, yeah?
Yeah,
and like, I'm not going to ever whinge about having smaller calves.
Yeah, when it's in your hands, like...
When it's in my hands and I haven't actually done the work for a long enough period of time, been in a calorie surplus for that amount of time, being uncomfortable with being a little bit fatter just to grow, half a fucking inch on my calves. And then it's like, is it fucking worth it? No.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%. No, it fucking isn't. Yes. We'll go to the last one now. So then looking ahead to race day, what's the one thing you hope to prove to yourself by finishing this Ironman?
I think, to be honest, I've done a lot of the proving, like, in the training. So what I'm happy about is whether obviously I'll be gutted if I can't finish it for whatever reason.
You'll be a laughing stock.
I'll be I'll probably never come back here. Like, everyone will be.
I'm sacking you.
Yeah, I'd sack myself. Like, I'll just hand me notice. I think, like, the ultimate thing is, like, the day is just the sort of, is a culmination the right word? The day is like a culmination of like just all of the individual training sessions that I've put into, all of the hard swims that I've done, all of the times where I've done one length of the pool and I've got to do like 50 more or something, and I'm just like, oh, I'm absolutely not already. I don't want to do this. Or like when I've done 2 intervals on the bike and I've got 18 more to go, and like all those moments, I can just. I've done all of those, like I've done loads and loads of hard sessions, I've done loads of long sessions, so like I've got all of those now like sort of in the bag, and I can look back on them on the day. So now it's just a case of going out and doing it, but I'm completely unfamiliar with that amount of time, so like I don't know what's going to happen to my legs after I've rode 112 miles and I've ran 30k. I don't know what that's going to feel like yet. So I want to prove that I'm as tough as I think I am, because I think I've not. It's been a long time since I've had to like really like grip my way through something. Yeah. Which is the whole reason I wanted to do this. I didn't want it to be something quick. I wanted it to be something like I want to spend a lot of time talking to myself, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I want to be like, I want to hear all the voices that say like you can't do it, like you're not going to make the cut off, this and that. I might find myself needing to go faster to make the cut off, and I might be like looking at my watch or whatever and being like, I'm not going to do this unless I speed up, and then can I like maintain that speed? Can I tolerate the pain? All those things. So I'm looking forward to proving to myself that I'm as tough as I think I am, because I think I'm tough enough to do it, but I might not be.
We'll probably do one after it's all done.
Aye.
Well, good luck.
Hopefully. Thank you very much.
Let's go.